Okay, I forgot to start this. So, Tommy, we are on, hold on, guys. We are on page 73 in your grammar. Okay. 73 in the grammar, we're talking about coordinating conjunctions. We just reviewed fanboys. It's in the middle of the page on page 73. Each letter, we decided, stands for a word. Let's just read the words straight across, starting with for. Ready, go.
For,
and,
nor, but, or, yet, so.
Those are the words. That was perfect. Good job, you guys. So look at these examples underneath that. It says the guards looked around the room, but saw nothing unusual. Notice they put CC on top of but. That's how we're going to label these. CC stands for coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction, CC. So that's how you label them in this grammar book. But the word but connects two verbs in that sentence. He, or the guards looked, but saw. Kind of the same thing, right? Looked, but saw. So the word but is connecting two verbs in that sentence.
Mrs. C, just so you know, it's the 8th today. No. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, how funny.
See you all.
You're right. I'm a day ahead. What in the world is going on? Okay.
Tuesday. It's Monday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm already ahead of myself. Thank you, Ainsley. Okay, look at the next example. It says the princess wanted the cloak, bag, and horn. What word has CC on top of it in that sentence? And if you look at fanboys, and is under the A, right? That's one of the words for fanboys. So CC is coordinating conjunction, and it's connecting three nouns. Do you know what those nouns are?
Cloak, bag, and horn.
Cloak, bag, and horn. So and is connecting those words together. Good, Rebecca. So there's a couple comma rules underneath that. Do not use a comma if you're just connecting two items, two words, right? In a sentence like two verbs or two nouns or something like that. You don't need a comma, but if you're connecting three, like the example you just saw, cloak, bag, and horn, you do need commas between. Okay, that's the comma rule. Oh, thank you. I did those last week. I don't normally do them, so I was like, I'm gonna do my nails. Okay, and then strong verb at the bottom. You guys know what those are because you're using those in your writing now. It's basically a verb, an action that ends with ed and that tells really what's going on, not just like the dog went after the cat. That's not really a very strong verb, but if you said the dog chased after the cat, that's a strong verb, chased. The dog bit the cat.
What? Come on.
Well,
I
and
love
that
cat.
happens
The dog
sometimes.
bites the cat.
Oh, Ainsley's getting all upset. Okay, turn to page 75. That's your practice page. Who would like to read the sentence today? Okay, Juliana, she was quick. She was really quick.
The soldier knew that he needed to escape, but he forgot that he was wearing a magic cloak.
All right, well, what's the vocabulary word, Rebecca?
Escape.
Escape, what does that mean?
It means like run away or like get out of there.
Yes, good. Run away or get
Without
out of
anyone
some
knowing. Get out of the
situation.
house.
Go ahead and put a check mark by vocabulary. The articles, you know what to do. Write those in. A and the, and then find them by yourself.
I thought I was going to say the soldier who knew that he needed.
Oh, they could have done that, but they didn't. So yes, you're right. There's the and a. Now the nouns, Rebecca. Where are the two nouns in the sentence?
Soldier and cloak.
Good. Soldier and cloak. Cloak is like a jacket pretty much, but with, it's kind of like almost like a cape. And then I'm gonna have Ainsley go next. 3 pronouns. Remember what those are?
Yeah. He.
Good.
He.
Good.
He.
Yes. He. It sounds like you're laughing, huh? And then Elijah, how about the adjective? Oh, did you get those pronouns, by the way? Okay, so we found the nouns are soldier and cloak And then the pronouns are he.
I know
Okay. So all the he's that you see in there, those are their pronouns. PR. Got it?
I'm just gonna
That one right here.
cheat.
And then we're looking for an adjective. Remember, an adjective describes a noun. A lot of times it's right before the noun. Don't tell them what it is, but Elijah, can you tell us where the adjective is in that sentence? So it's going to be right before one of the nouns.
Magic.
There you go. Yay, good job. Magic cloak tells what kind of cloak. It's a magic cloak. Okay, and then we need to find a coordinating conjunction. Ah, very good. But the first thing I want you to do is put fanboys. I'm going to show you where I'm writing it here. Right next to where it says coordinating conjunction, to put it in all caps there. Right here. I'll tell you how to spell it. Right next to where it says CC, put FAN in all caps. FANBOYS. All caps if you can there. Who remembers fanboys? Who remembers what they stand for? What's the F? For.
And.
O, what's the O? No, A is next. You're right. And, in, nor, B,
But.
O,
Or.
Y.
Nor.
No, O is or.
No, it's nor.
N
No,
is
N.
nor. There's both of them, nor and or.
And S is so.
Y is what?
Yesterday?
Yet. There you go. Yet. You're all yesterday. It does start with Y, but that's not a coordinating
And
conjunction.
S is so.
And S is so.
So.
Good. Okay, so, and you were correct. It is but. So on top of but, put CC.
But.
CC. And then we've got a that clause. So back to Juliana. No, you did that one. How about Rebecca? Where's that clause?
The soldier knew. That.
Okay, it starts
That.
with that.
I know.
We're gonna mark it with parentheses, by the way.
That he needed to escape.
That he needed to escape. Good. So put parentheses around that. Like this. That he needed to,
No.
it can go around the comma too, yeah. That he needed to escape. And then what's the other one? Ainsley, there's another that clause.
But he forgot that I was wearing a magic cloak.
So it starts with that.
That he forgot he was wearing a magic cloak.
That he was wearing a magic cloak. Yes. Oh, don't forget to write that on top of that.
Do we put the period in it? or no?
Yeah,
On
in it.
both of that.
On both of them.
Not that.
So it starts with that. That he was wearing a magic cloak. And you're gonna write that on top of that, because you're labeling it, basically, okay?
That.
And then, how about back to Elijah with the subject verb pairs? Let's look for the verbs first. What are all the action words in this sentence?
Verbs.
Verbs, yeah. Which ones are the verbs? So
I know one.
think of action.
Wearing.
Wearing is one, good. What else?
Escape.
Okay, so escape is one of those weird ones. It's not a verb in this sentence, so do not mark escape. Escape has the word to right before it. Did you see that? To escape? I want to pause for a second. Rebecca, I'll call in you next, okay? But that word to, we got to fix really quick. So it's not spelled right, is it? To escape. It should just be T-O. So cross out T-O-O and put T-O on top of that.
Wait.
So
And then put the V in front.
there you go.
And then don't we put the V in?
No, because escape, when it has the word to in front of it, it's called an infinitive. An infinitive. Can you say infinitive?
Infinitive.
Yes, it sounds like to infinity and beyond.
Oh,
But it's not that. Infinitive is different, but it changes that word. It's not a verb anymore because it's to escape. So anytime you see that word to in front of a verb, it's not a verb anymore. It changes it to an infinitive. But if escape was by itself, it would be a verb. So infinitive is just a phrase that has the word to with it.
Like needed an
To
escape
escape.
plan, would that be?
Needed is a verb. We could put a V on top of needed.
I didn't know.
Yeah, so what else would be another verb, Rebecca?
So, oh, another verb?
We're still looking at verbs. We got 2 more in there.
Oh.
3 more. 3. There's a helping verb in there too.
Oh.
How about, oh, so let's see if,
I think I know.
okay, go ahead, Elijah.
New.
Yes, new is a verb, to know something, past tense new.
I know the
Another
subject.
verb. What's another verb?
Magic?
No,
Like
magic's an
forgot,
adjective.
forgot.
Forgot is a verb, and then there's a helping
I
verb.
know the subject.
Hold on. Where's the helping verb?
Forgot.
No, we already got that. So helping verbs are like is or was or yes. See, was wearing, was wearing, that's a verb too.
Be on the was.
So a V on the was.
I know.
Okay, now the subject. Okay, we're
So
going.
it's like
Yes.
they're wearing hats. Soldier. All of them that have words on top.
He,
Um,
there's more.
he.
He again,
And he.
and he again.
He.
Okay,
he.
so all of the he's are subjects. Remember, we put an S on there for subjects, and then the soldier is also a subject. That was a lot. Good job, you guys. Now we need a capital, so Juliana, where should the capital go? It's just one. That's easy. And then the end mark, Ainsley, what goes at the end? Period.
What?
And the homophone, we already fixed. So there you go. You got it, Elijah? Okay, good. Go ahead and put that away, get out your binders. You guys know what to do.
Well, that's supposed to finish. Sorry.
Yes. You still should finish it eventually and turn it in. You're the only one. But you can turn it in. It's okay. I know you guys were sick and you had a bunch going on, so whenever you get a chance, that'll be good. All right, so you guys were finishing up the Little Red Hen. That feels like it was forever ago, huh?
I got
So,
2 pages.
We're just gonna put it away. So go ahead and take out all the stuff for the Little Red Hen. Take that out first.
Sorry. Where do I put it?
Yep, and we're gonna put it, so some things are gonna go in different spots,
My
like,
mom printed this I haven't finished.
oh, and she
mine.
put holes in it too.
Oh, I have an idea. I
So
put
the-
it here since I haven't finished.
Oh,
it
yeah,
yet.
for you, yes, that's a good idea.
But here's my messy paper.
You guys see how you have a pink page and a yellow page? So those are gonna go in different spots. So the pink page,
Do we need the pink page in the yellow
yeah,
stuff?
you should keep it out still.
Oh my god, this is.
You give it away after you're done. The pink page goes behind the tab toward the back of the binder that says stylistic techniques. You guys see that tab?
What is it?
Okay, the pink page, we'll start with that. You see the tab that says stylistic techniques way back here. It's gonna go behind that yellow page. Uh-huh. Back behind this page right here. There you go, like right behind that. Oops, why do you have that blue page in here? That's in the wrong spot. Here, I'll take that out. I know where that goes. And then put that pink page right here.
I don't know. That was last year's. Wait, was this last year's?
Ooh, next
Yeah,
one.
probably.
So this one's deserts and next one's desert reptiles.
Yes, it gets really interesting. Let me
Sounds
help you
very.
here. So this one, the pink one, is gonna go back
And now where
here.
do I go?
Hold on. Behind
That's
that page, right there.
there.
Okay, once you get the pink page put away, you also have a yellow page in your papers. Let me put this away.
How
really
many
quick.
papers do I need? How much?
And then what do I put the yellow page?
Just one.
Where do I put the yellow page?
The yellow page goes behind model charts and outlines. This one, behind all that stuff. Model charts and outlines, behind that,
I'll finish
right
that
here. Okay,
Wait, like this?
good.
Wait, I have 2 of them.
And then go behind this page right here.
Then now I put my little red head.
Okay,
Reader story. Don't read him.
and then all the rest of the stuff goes behind finished compositions.
Can we read our story?
No, unfortunately, we don't have time this time. I read it though, and I left you a note on Google Classroom, so you can see my note. except for you.
I have 2 pages I have to write on because that story was so long.
You did good. This is the one I like in front of all your pages, and it doesn't matter behind that, okay? So go to the back of all your, hold on, don't open it yet. Go behind all this. Now,
So are we gonna do some today or no?
yes, we are. So this can go first right here, and then
Okay,
everything else
responding
behind it
everywhere.
right there.
Only
Are you good?
We have half an hour left.
We have a lot to talk about today, though, so. Okay,
No, almost. Wait. 40 minutes.
need some help there?
Am I still waiting for that?
I know that. Let's go back here to this.
Oh my god, this is
Wait,
on
this
this mic.
Yeah. Yep, all the way right here. That one goes first. You can turn upside down on the other side there. Let's see. Yeah. And then that. I know you didn't get a chance to write the story yet either, like, are you planning to write it with your mom?
Can I get this out?
This one, too. Let me see, these are-
This is my mom. Rebecca.
I know what to do.
Here's one from it, and then this goes in here.
That,
Okay, now
this
you
time
can
I'm
close
not
it.
putting it.
Okay, this one goes here.
I will run my chips.
Yes.
I will.
Now you can get out the next week, which is week
Oh,
9.
Which
That's
tab?
gonna be at the front. It's called Deserts.
Which
Right here, week 9. So you're gonna open it up and take
Wait,
out
isn't
week
it
9.
Take everything out. Really do. Take it down.
Take everything out, so
like stop. Something is.
I could put my,
One.
work in process.
oh, there you go.
So take
You
out
could.
the-
It says the Gobi
3,
Desert.
4, 5
We
pages.
thought we did do the Gobi Desert. I remember we did do the Gobi
Yeah,
Desert.
that
You're
was like
missing-
the
oh, is that
second
yours?
story.
Okay. Huh, where did it go then? Whoops. Hold on. Oh, it's right behind it. It's okay. You got it all, right there. Okay, there you go. And then you need one piece of lined paper, okay? So take out week 9, which is 5 pages. That was too many, let's see. Yeah, this goes back, and then you got it. And you need a lined piece of paper. Oops, we forgot to put away this one too. Let me stick this back there for you. It's okay.
Okay, now this is.
Finished compositions. Yeah, you can use the work in progress
If they
tab.
just keeps getting fuller and fuller and it
I
doesn't
know.
get empty.
You can take out, if you need to take out, your finished compositions and put them in a different binder, you can. If you ever you need to do that.
Then it'll look so cool.
There you go. Hello, come on in. We just kind of stomped our feet in the tray if you need, or you can take them off if you want, or I'm sorry. I didn't see. Hi, sweetie pie. Happy New Year, you guys. Okay, we are going to start by taking some class notes. So get your lined paper out.
I got it.
And go ahead and label your paper like we always do. With your name and your date on the upper left-hand corner here. And so your name goes here. You got your lined paper, Elijah?
You know what's so cool about my last name? There's a place called Toronto.
Oh.
Was that Mexican?
It's a city, huh? And is it north or south? I forget. I know it's in California. 1-8-24. I know, isn't that crazy? 8, thank you. Thank you. I know. What was I thinking? Okay, go ahead and skip a line. So go ahead and write this down, sweetie. You can copy what I have on the board here. So we'll just move this aside now. So you can just write on the table there. Put your name here. And then I want you to skip a line and put unit 4 and then a colon. And this unit is called summarizing, it's a big word. A reference. I'm gonna go off my page here, but I'm sure you guys have room. It's just, I didn't
I
make
put
my.
sus. I put sus.
Let me make my page bigger here.
Is it Z-I-N-G or S-I-N-G?
Z,
Ah,
good question. Summarizing
now that I'm in level.
a
two-
reference.
Now that I'm in level 2 major math, I studied a cartwheel on B.
Oh, wow. Cartwheel on beam.
Write the date.
And then write the date, yeah.
I told Olivia to do that and she's like, I can't. Like,
In the word summarizing, okay, I gotta get through
It
this
says
lesson.
summer.
already. Can you circle S-U-M, some? Have you heard that before? S-U-M? Where have you heard some like that? Like math, yes, good. Or summary, but like in math, what does it mean in math? Some,
The
to add it.
the answer to adding.
Yes,
Or
the answer to adding, very
to
good, you guys. So if I have
addition.
2 plus 5, I'll give you an easy one. 2 plus
7.
5, 7.
Seven.
The
Is it
sum is 7. Good. So that's like all of it. You're adding
like the
all of it together.
answer.
But I don't really like the way they spelled summarizing because it's not all of the information. So go ahead and copy what I have here. You're gonna draw an arrow down, and then I want you to write the word sum like that.
Oh.
Okay, so go ahead and copy that down. Summarizing has S-U-M, and that makes you think of everything in math, all the whole answer, all of it
It
together.
makes me think of math.
But this word sum is different, right?
Like-
So what does that mean?
It's
S-O-M-E?
oh. It means like
Someone.
Like
It
I
means
want
some
some people get. I want some things.
You want some things, what, let's say it's
Or
your
like
birthday
only some people come.
I want
or
some-
something.
and we have a big cake, but you only want some cake, right? You don't want to eat the whole, maybe you do want to eat the whole cake. That's never a good idea. But
If we like it a stomach.
you just want you just want some cake. What does that mean if you want some cake?
Just a little bit.
A little bit, or a piece, right? When you have a piece of cake, that's some cake, right? Not all the cake. You don't want
Cause you have to
S-U-M
have
all the
enough
cake.
Or else it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we don't want to know.
Stomach will explode.
No, we don't even want to know. Go ahead and write this down right here. Okay, and so we have the word sum, and then I just want you just for fun.
Do it right, read it full.
Yes, you write all that I have right here. Sum, rising. That's the rest of the word, summarizing. So sum, and then I want you to circle sum and put a star next to it, because that's what I want you to think about. Part of the information. So when you're reading an article about something, let's say like volcanoes, for instance, and you read all this stuff about volcanoes, you read about the lava and the rocks and the ash that comes out of the volcano and how it affects the people in the community and how it affects the animals and what the temperature is and what the chemical makeup of the lava is. It's like all this information, right? Like where the volcanoes are located and how often do they erupt, right? There's a lot you can learn about volcanoes, a lot.
On islands, they.
But when you give a report or when you summarize something, you're only telling part of what you read about, right? So you're not going to tell all of it, because then it's like, well, why don't you just go ahead and read the book, right? But if you're giving a report and you're summarizing it, you're telling some of the information. You get it? Okay. That's what we're doing now in Unit 4. Because we already did all the story sequence chart, and we already did all that other stuff. Now we're moving into more like report writing.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, good. So make sure you write this down so you can remember that. You're telling some of the information. Okay, so if we have over here on the side, skip a line down here. I want you to draw like a funnel. Do you guys know what a funnel is? I mean, it looks kind of like this.
Yes, my mom
Okay.
uses that for baking.
For baking. Whenever you have to pour something that's in a big container into a small container, this
Like,
helps a
That's
lot.
what my mom uses to pour the soap into the sink.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Because if you don't have that, sometimes it spills all over the place.
That's
And then-
dad might use to like put oil in the car.
Oil in the car, a good example. So right here, you see where it kind of comes together in this spot, draw a little oval shape right there. Girls, pay attention. Draw a little oval shape right there. And then I want you,
Make it pretty.
and then I want you to just put some dots in there. It's actually like a filter. Okay, you know what a filter is?
I put a circle at the end.
It's like a piece that has little tiny holes. Like if you have something that has chunks in it, but you don't want, like if you're making fresh orange juice or fresh
I
lemonade.
know how to make fresh orange.
I
juice.
bet you do.
I have a juicer.
So the seeds have to they get caught there, right? So the seeds don't come into your glass because then you don't want to like choke on a seed or something. So it filters it out so that you just have the juiceless at the bottom, right? So this filter is a good example. And then I want you to put up here 20, the number 20. So we're gonna pretend for a second. Whoa, okay, that's 20.
Whoa.
And then I want you to put a 5 down here. So we're gonna pretend that's the amount of information or facts that you read about. For example, if it's a volcano, you read about 20 different things about volcanoes, but when you summarize some, you're only gonna tell 5. So if you find out 20 things, but you only have to tell 5, how do you know which ones to tell, right? Because if you have 20, that's a lot, but you only need to write about 5. So how do you pick? Okay,
You could just,
so
watch 5.
Hold on,
and just
just
put five.
next to that, what did you say, Juliana?
Like you can just like read about 5 and then put the 5.
But see, you want to read the whole article. That's a good idea, but how do you know, like most articles have way more than 5? You have to choose what you read. You have to choose. How are you going to choose what facts to write about?
Volcanoes.
This word right here.
Interesting.
The most interesting. So when you're reading about volcanoes, for example, and let's say you just love animals. I know Juliana does. I have a feeling everybody likes animals, but I know you love.
I have to.
It's like a deep passion for animals.
I have to.
I understand.
I have a
I'm
horse.
along with her.
I have a horse. I have a
Okay.
cat, I
She's my
have a
partner.
dog.
So if you think animals are like, you just love animals,
The
and you
best.
might, and you're writing about volcanoes, you might want to know, how do they affect animals? Like, where do
The
animals
lava.
go? Like, how do they respond if
Will
they,
they
if the
die?
volcano?
Whole world.
Yeah, so you might think that's the most interesting
The
thing to read.
lava.
So guess what? You get to write about that part then, right? So whatever you think is interesting, that's what you include on your report.
So you're gonna make.
Also, right underneath that, I want you to write the word important. Because sometimes we need to include that in our reports as well, like where are the
Wait, is that
volcanoes?
an M or an N?
Right here?
No,
No, at the
yeah.
M.
M,
M.
important. Did I spell it right?
Important.
Yeah, that's correct, important.
Important.
Made me think for a second there. Important, so that would be like where they're located. I know they have them in Hawaii, and you said in Mexico, and I know there's some in the United States, in California.
We
Mhm.
drive by some when we're going to.
There's one in Washington I know about.
There's
So-
2 in Mexico.
Okay, so that would be more important information, just like, you know, we need to know where they're located, but the interesting stuff could be about the animals or the actual chemistry, if you like
Animals.
science, you know.
I love science.
All
I
right,
found
so
it.
now I want you to skip a line under all this. And now I want you to write the word subject and a colon, and I want you to write the word deserts. Now, make sure you only put one S here, because if you put 2, what word is that?
Dessert.
Desserts. And as much as I love desserts, we're talking about deserts today. All right,
Yay.
sorry about that. I wish we could talk about brownies,
Yeah.
cheesecake, cookies, chocolate.
Banana
Oh,
splits.
banana splits,
Root beer floats.
root beer floats. Oh my gosh, yes. But we're not. We're talking about sand and hot and cactus and scorpions.
Ice cream makers.
No, we need ice.
Okay. Now-
I have 2 ice cream makers.
Okay, guys.
Ice cream.
Deserts is like the big subject. So like if we were writing about volcanoes, that's where we would put volcanoes. But deserts is the big thing we're talking about. Underneath that, I want you to put topics. Now these have to do with, put in parentheses here, paragraphs. Okay, the topics are your paragraphs. So a lot of words to write down there, but, and then I want you to put a colon. And this is where we're gonna talk about Sahara. That's the name of a desert, so put a capital S there, because that's the name of a desert. Some people say Sahara, some people say Sahara. It's
Some
like
people say
tomato,
Sahara.
tomato, you know,
You
potato,
say
potato,
potato.
I
I
say
say
potato,
tomato,
potato,
tomato.
tomato. Let's, what, how's the rest of it go? Da, 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 da. I totally forgot the rest of that song. I forgot the rest. All right, and then the other one is called Gobi Desert. So we've got two deserts we're writing about. Sahara, or I'm gonna say Sahara, because that's what I'm used to saying, but the Sahara and the Gobi, but if you say Sahara, that's okay. So if we're writing about two topics, how many paragraphs is that? Girls, if we're writing about two topics here, how many paragraphs is that? Two paragraphs. One of our paragraphs is gonna be about Sahara. One paragraph is gonna be about the Gobi Desert. All right, so now underneath that,
Last year we did this also, Gobi Desert.
let's write our outline now. So start with, skip a line here, okay? Roman numeral 1, and then I just want you to do 1 through 5, and then put 6 in parentheses like that. After you finish writing that word, I want you to just skip down to this part, okay? And then next to, in the margin here, next to this number 1, I want you to write that word topic, okay? And then I want you to do on this side of the numbers back here in the margin, like a little bracket like that. And then I want you to put facts here. So this is basically the information that you're going to read about. And we're starting with the Sahara Desert.
Yay.
So what I want you to put next to Roman numeral 1 is desert, because that's our subject, right? And then Sahara, that's the first one we're going to write about. And we have enough room for one more word, but we don't know yet. We're going to leave that blank, okay? So now we're going to read facts about the Sahara and fill in the rest of our outline, okay? Now, when you look at this page, this is on page about the Sahara.
This is page 73 too. That's weird. That is very weird.
73.
Wait.
The Sahara.
Mine says Gobi.
Oh, wow, that's right.
Mine
I was
says
wondering why you were
Gobi.
saying that. So you need the other one, Sahara.
Wait, F2.
There you go, good. Go ahead and look at,
Sahara.
you got it. You were listening, Elijah, so I don't think you need to write that part down because you got that in your head. We're gonna go to this now on this page right here. Are you guys warm now? Because I'm hot. Can I turn off the heater?
No.
Did you take one
It feels relaxing actually all day.
I'm like, I guess I could take this
Rebecca,
off.
did you take one of my blank pages that I had to?
Okay,
Oh wait.
the Sahara is on page, let me move this closer so that, Tommy, so you can see what we got here, and you can pause that if you need
Did
to.
you take one of my blank pages? No. I had
Okay.
two. Oh yeah.
Everybody look at the Sahara, this is on page 73. Notice it's got quite a few paragraphs, I think 3, but there's a lot of information on here. I would guess there's like 15 or maybe more facts in here, but we only need 5. Remember, we're funneling here. And I put 6 just in case there's one more thing you're like, man, I really like that and I really want to add that. You can add 6, but you don't have to, okay? You have to have at least 5. But I don't want you to have 7. too many. So you either have 5 or 6. 6 is the max, okay? And these are facts. That's basically what you learn about the Sahara Desert. So here's what we're going to do as I read this. You're going to use your pencil and you're going to underline the sentences that you think are interesting. Remember, we're looking for interesting and important. Now, this might be hard for some of you because some of my students, they want to underline the whole thing because they're like, well, that's cool. Well, that's cool too. Well, that's cool too. But I want you to try to pick and choose and not underline everything, okay? I'm looking at you, Liliana. I know. So try to just think as we're going. If you have more than 5 underlined or more than 6 underlined, it's okay. We're going to pick from there the ones you like the best, okay? So it's okay if you underline more, but try to just kind of limit yourself to the things that stand out to you. Does that make sense? Okay, so the Sahara, I'm going to start reading and you guys just use your pencil, hold on, Rebecca, and underline as we go. Okay, things that stand out to you. In a desert, little rain or snowfall occurs, so living conditions are hostile. That just means hard, difficult to live there, right? It's difficult to live there. The world's largest hot desert is the Sahara Desert. Now, I think that sentence is important. It's telling us it's the largest in the world. That's kind of important to know, okay? So go ahead and underline the world's largest hot desert is the Sahara Desert. Okay. The world's largest cold desert is the Antarctic. Now, before you underline that, we're not really talking about the Antarctic. We're talking about Sahara. So I wouldn't underline that sentence. It's interesting, but it's not like, whoa, that's super interesting. It's not that important. It's kind of like extra information.
It's interesting, but not important.
Because remember, you got to pick and choose. You don't want to underline everything. Okay. So I'm going to keep going. The Sahara stretches across the whole African continent from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea. Okay, that's a long, if you looked at, I have a map here, a world map. I just haven't put it up yet because I need to get some of those sticky, tacky things so I don't have to put tape on your walls. But anyway, let me show you on this map. It's pretty cool.
Let's see the map.
Yeah, it's a cool map. I really want to put it up. I want to hang it over there, or maybe right here, actually.
Yeah. What the hell? See it?
Well, you might have to get out of your seat to see it.
Africa, where's the red?
So this
So
is
Africa,
Sahara.
over, it says from the, what does it say?
Africa to the
African continent to the Atlantic Ocean. So there's Africa. And then, oh, it's hard to see on here because the Atlantic Ocean, let's see.
That's the Indian.
That's the Indian. Yes.
Here's South Atlantic Ocean.
So is it up there?
So Atlantic, So it would stretch, so they're just saying how big the desert is.
So
It
it's
stretches
all
all, if you could show it on a map, that's how big it would be. It's
So it'd be
huge.
this big.
Mhm.
All of that? All of this. Dang, that's big.
The Sahara stretches across the whole Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea.
Where's
Where's
the
the
Red
Red
Sea?
The Red Sea is in here. So this is the Atlantic Ocean. This is the Red Sea.
There's
in here.
Spain.
Let's see where it says. That's the Mediterranean Sea. Black Sea.
Wait, this is, oh, it's South. Red Sea?
It's right in here. It's one of these bodies of waters here.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so that's how big it is though. Like, it's not on the water, but if we were to measure it on a map, that's how big it would be. The Sahara Desert. Yeah, pretty much all of that.
So pretty much all of Africa.
Pretty much all of this
Where is it?
brown part.
All of that?
Where's America?
That's
Right
in,
here.
yeah.
All
more
of
than
that?
the United States.
We live right here in California.
Yep.
We used to
So
live
we're
down here. We used to live down here in Monterey
So
somewhere.
if
And we
China
used
is
to go
right
fishing
there.
and we saw dolphins.
I
Mhm.
thought China was
We
on
saw
the other
Okay, I'm gonna put
dolphins
this
and a
away.
mother otter with a baby.
Aw, that's so
And it
cool.
was like a couple days ago.
Okay, we were just looking at the map, Tommy.
That
But
was-
anyway, it's basically across all of Africa. Let's keep going. So I think that's interesting and important. So go ahead and underline that sentence that talks about how big it is.
Wait, there.
It stretches across the whole African continent from Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea. So that whole part of Africa you guys were looking at that was light brown, that's it. Consisting mostly of vast sand seas called ergs, this desert mysteriously shifts around all the time as if it were alive.
That's scary.
Weird, huh? It's moving. Like the sand moves kind of like an ocean.
Oh, it's scary.
Yeah, because they're called ergs.
And there's so much heat that it like looks like it's moving, but it's not.
It could possibly be from the wind.
you mean.
But it's, sand moves, especially if you're at the beach, you'll see if it's windy, you'll see the sand move a little bit, or when the water comes and goes, it moves the sand. So it's like that in the desert. It's constantly moving.
Actually,
Yes.
I think herbs are, since it's so hot, or say if you look like a fire,
Mm-hmm.
then you see the smoke on top of it.
You're
It
right.
kind of looks. It kind of looks like everything behind the smoke is moving or waving.
Have you seen that on the road in the summer too, where it's kind of like almost
Yeah.
wavy? Yeah, you're right.
That's
Because
why
it is
that's
so
why deserts are so
hot.
hot.
Mhm. Very good. You are like a walking encyclopedia. Means you got all that information stored in your brain. That's pretty cool.
I actually read a book called Encyclopedia Brown.
Okay, see, there you go. And it's
I
in your
just
head.
finished the ninth book.
Wow.
They're not.
And
And you remember. That's the thing. That's really
The
cool.
ninth book of
You have a
all,
really
so,
great memory.
Yeah, it's basically a lot of cases or something, and then the boxcar children, you know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
Book
guess
of
I
what?
have books of that.
Okay,
them.
we got to keep going.
They're like
Look at the next paragraph. The climate is severe. During the hot months, day temperatures soar over 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 degrees Celsius. So we measure in Fahrenheit. So on a hot day up here, it's like 90 degrees, right? So 120 is way hotter than that.
You'd like melt.
Yeah, it would be so uncomfortable. I'm gonna keep going because we're running out of time. If water runs underground near the surface, green fertile places called oases appear. People can live near an oasis. Have you heard of oasis? Uh-huh.
In the desert.
Mhm.
In a desert, there's like this green, pretty
With
area.
palm trees. and
Yes,
grass.
right. And
water.
sometimes it's a mirage. Have you heard that word before?
Well,
Mirage?
People like have seen it, but then when they go closer, they
It's
see it
not
anymore.
there. So sometimes when you're so hot and thirsty and hungry and you think you see it and it's hallucinating, exactly. But these are real. These are oasis. When it's plural, it's oases. When it's one, it's oasis. Okay, that's the difference between those two words. But it's basically a place where green, fertile, that just means like there's trees, like you said, there's water, there's life there.
Food.
Okay, people can live near an oasis. So make sure to underline things that you think is interesting as we go here. On the shores of the Nile River that flows through the Sahara, the ancient Egyptian civilization thrived. That means that
We already learned
in that
about
area
this.
on the map on Africa where the Sahara Desert is, there's a river called the Nile River and it flows through there. So
Oh,
this
that
is,
river. I know that.
Mhm.
Me and my dad and my brother already learned that when, we didn't have a 3-week break.
oh yeah.
Yeah, we learned
That's
about
cool.
the river.
Oh,
the
cool.
ocean.
Yeah.
So that's where they lived, was near the river because there was water and there was an oasis there. Yes.
That's where Moses was going down the Nile and Pharaoh's daughter found him.
Yes, it's in the Bible too. You're right. Very
It's
good.
kind of like contaminated, like today with like a virus or something.
Oh, could be.
So
Yeah, I don't know.
So they have like water filters or something like.
Oh, to make it drinkable.
This time we didn't have
I think
lemons.
they will.
Let's keep going. Because water is scarce, only about 70 kinds of animals survive in the Sahara. 70 sounds like a lot, but it's not when you think
Yeah.
about how many animals we have. 70, hold on just a second. These creatures can live for long periods of time without water. That's interesting.
Like camels, because they
Uh-huh.
skin.
Avoiding the horrific heat of the day, vipers, what are vipers?
A snake.
Snakes,
Oh.
lizards, And sand foxes
Sand.
and gerbils stay on the ergs in their burrows.
My dad calls my brother a gerbil.
Gerbils are
Wait, there's
small
another thing.
rodents, like maybe a hamster but smaller.
Isn't there a movie?
Or
with-
small.
No.
I think so.
What- my-
There's more on the back.
No.
They obtain water in the foods they find at night. White gazelles and addax, those are also a type of deer in the deer family, or screwhorn antelopes also roam on the dunes.
I know it's hard antelope and
They're kind of twisty, huh?
their horns are twisted.
Yes. Amazingly, camels, somebody mentioned camels earlier,
Me.
which provide transportation in the Sahara, can go for nearly a week without water. So you were right. That's where they are. Okay, so now, looking at what you underlined at the beginning, go back to the beginning of this article here. Remember, we found a lot of information. What is one word we can say about the Sahara in general, Rebecca? What's a word we could use to describe Sahara?
A desert. Hot. A desert.
Hot, but it's the world's what?
Biggest.
Or largest is how they say it there, largest. And it's also, let's put largest here. I think that's, or you can put biggest if you like that word. I think largest is a little more descriptive there. And then let's put some like fire, like it's also hot, right? I'm just gonna kind of.
Wavy lines.
Yeah, I can see it.
Just squiggly lines, basically. So desert, Sahara, largest, hot. Okay? That's symbolizing hot, because we already got our 3 words here. Did you guys underline where it said, it stretches across the whole continent of Africa?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, yeah,
Strip.
we can put
Yeah, I did.
Where?
whole, let's go to number 1 here, because that's an interesting fact, right? Whole, and then put African. And then continent. See how we're doing this? Back, basically it said from east, let's put east to west, because we're out of words, so we'll put east, arrow, W. So see what we're doing? We're looking at the information we underlined, and now we're transferring it to our outline so that you can write your summary or summarize what you read. You're writing some of the information, okay?
What time is it?
It's 8.
Okay, then we're gonna talk about, how many of you underlined about the climate, like how many degrees it is? How hot is it in the Sahara? Did you guys underline that part?
120
Yeah.
degrees.
I think that was interesting too, that the temperatures, it gets so hot. It's
That you
severe.
can
It
melt.
says the climate is severe. So let's put climate, whoops, my pen's not working very good. Comma, severe means like extremely. It's severe.
Don't you have more in their little box you said?
I do. And during the day, it gets up to 120 degrees. That's something we read in that second paragraph. That is interesting information about how hot it is. Okay. I'm gonna have to do this. Okay. Let's see. Then, what else did you guys underline that you thought was interesting?
Little rain or snowfall.
Okay.
People can live near oasis.
Oasis, yeah.
That flows through the Sahara and ancient Egyptian civilization thrived.
That's underwater. I thought that was interesting about the oasis underground. If water runs underground, that's when you get an oasis, right? So like underground water, maybe we could put that. That's interesting to me. Underground. And then water. And then oasis. And then I'm just gonna draw a little guy here. That's where people live, right? So underground, comma, water, comma, oasis. And that's where people live because that's where plants grow, right? And you can animals live there, so you can hunt and find food. But if you're in the middle of the desert where there's no water, no plants, no animals, you're not gonna live very long,
No food.
right? No food,
You know, there are
unless you
cactus
carry it
trees.
with you.
Unless you have a horse, you could eat a horse. That would be very good.
Technically you could, but that wouldn't, horses
be
have a
very
hard time in
nice.
that climate too, so camels, people do eat camels, I guess, yeah. If you're desperate and you're dying, but it's better to plan ahead and look for an oasis, and then you can live near there. There will be more animals to choose from there. Okay, so
You know, there are other bugs in.
How did they kill the animals when there were no bow and arrows and guns?
well, this
They can
isn't
make
like
swords or something.
ancient times. This is
When they made
basically how it is
arrows?
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
they would
like
make
spears?
spears, bow
They
and
could like
arrows.
make spears.
How about, did
Like
you
shove
guys
a rock
underline
in a
information
spear?
about the animals? I bet Juliana did about
Back
the
in the
animals.
days, they also had knives.
This last paragraph at the bottom of page 73 is talking about the animals that live there, right? Can they go a long time without water?
Yes.
And they also had swords
Yeah.
back in the
Yes.
day.
They can, because they're in the desert, right? So let's put animals, I'm on number 4 here. Animals, comma, I'm gonna do you guys know the scientific formula for water?
H2O.
H2O. Have you heard that before, guys?
Yeah.
H2O.
H2O means
That's
water.
a show. That's like a mermaid show. H2O.
Oops, I forgot to put the word live. Okay, hold on. If you wrote in pen, I'm so sorry. Let's put live. And then
Luckily, none of us is
H2O,
There's like this beetle that was in the desert.
long. So we got animals live without, I put a line through it, without H2O for a long time. Okay, and then for the last one, we're not gonna do number 6. You can pick 3 of the animals that live in the Sahara Desert.
Lizards.
You could put whichever 3 you guys want to put. Okay, lizards. What else lives
I
there?
thought you said lizards.
Lizards.
W.
What else? What other animals live in?
Sand foxes.
Sand foxes
And vipers.
and vipers. Good. Vipers. So you could put those 3, or if you want to put, what else is there? Gerbils. You could write about that.
Whoa, wait.
Or gazelles, or the other animals that live there. So we just picked 3. This is number 5. Sorry, my thing got crowded there.
It looked like it went from 5 to 6.
It's because I squished it on there too much.
Wait, I'm on number 4. Animals live.
H2O long.
What is one? I think it's
Let me see.
John.
Oh, you got it.
No, mine is on animals on 4.
Yeah, so 5 is lizards, sand foxes, and vipers.
Oh.
You're good. We are out of time, so go ahead and finish writing that.
Where
And
gerbils?
then
I can't find them.
I think it's on the back. Oh, no, just kidding. On the front. After sand foxes.
Found it.
You're gonna write your first paragraph of your report, okay? Your report is summarizing about the Sahara Desert, so you're just gonna write 1 paragraph.
So much, pretty much we're doing science and writing.
Yeah, and
So-
geography a little bit too, because we were looking at, so
Yeah.
again, that map showed us at the Sahara Desert. It's kind of cool they
So
made it
how we-
sand color, because that's basically the whole desert right there. That's how big it
Look
is.
at Greenland.
Yeah.
Europe's huge.
Look at the
So what do we
Sahara
have to
Desert
do?
compared to the United States, they're almost the same
So what
size.
does he have to do?
Write 1 paragraph using your outline. That's how big the Sahara
Even
Desert.
South America and Africa.
This whole area is the Sahara
South
Desert.
You know,
and Africa look the
If
same.
you put YouTube,
Similar.
like the thing with like the paper or something,
Remember last time?
it will shrink.
Oh, the wild possum had a bear tail.
Okay.
When I thought you said 1 paragraph, I did all of it.
So your homework is to write your paragraph using your keyword outline, 1 paragraph. You're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences total. Okay, that's your homework. Let me just turn this off.